Hi, I've been dying to introduce you to the experiment I did with myself in June 2020. And the reason why I did it was that I was all over the place. I was not focused at all. My mind was scattered. We were 3 months in the pandemic and I had no idea where we are going, and I couldn't even hear my voice anymore. I kept hearing everyone's voices around me, but I couldn't hear myself anymore. So I decided to detach and go within. And I did it for 45 days. Now I would encourage you to do it for 30 days because I noticed that you can see results after 20 something days. So 30 days should be enough. And as a result of my experiment, I moved out of Brooklyn completely. I moved out of New York City for a month. I went upstate and I thought that would never happen. Unfortunately, that was the most painful part of this experiment. I cut off some relationships. I got a great paying gig suddenly that I didn't expect. I became laser focused. I finally faced my limiting beliefs about myself. I became more self-assured. And soon after that, I finally started living in Manhattan, and this is what I was dreaming about since I came to New York City 8 years ago. I just overall felt like someone took off the paper bag out of my head, and suddenly I could see clearly, and that was the best part of this whole experiment. And I want to introduce you to what I did. It's 17 steps. They are not difficult, but the key is that you have to be consistent. You do have to be consistent. So what I mean by that you can't skip a day. It's not like you would do only 10 things and the rest the next day. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to do all of them every day without skipping one. And I'm not saying that there are the best steps that you could possibly take. I encourage you to add yours because all of them are about being present, being focused, and slowing your brain waves down. The reason I did it, I wanted to just cut off distractions and understood what was happening in here. So if you have any routines that help you with that, feel free to add it. And if you really dislike something that I came up with, feel free to adjust it, but not too much. Okay, so let me tell you what I did. I have some notes to help myself out. The first thing I did, and I think that that's something that is the most important in this 30-day journey, is I did Kriya meditation. Kriya meditation by Sadhguru. You can find it on YouTube. I use his app, so it's for free also. It's 13-minute guided meditation that puts you in this weird state. At least it did it for me. So I did it twice a day. It's the first thing in the morning that you do and the last thing in the evening. That part you cannot skip. I want you to, if you're not familiar with it, I want you to experience it because it really does something to your brain waves. Number 2 is, and I mentioned it in my last video, every evening before I went to bed, I said out loud 10 things that I'm grateful for. But it has to be about the things that happened that day. It's not about general gratitude. What we are doing here, we are focusing on the present moment. I want you to learn how to be in the present with yourself and appreciate every day. Every day is amazing. And that gratitude exercise will help you with that. Number 3, I set up only 2 slots a day that I would go on social media. It was 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. If you work on social media, of course, I'm not asking you to skip it, but I'm talking about this mindless scrolling. You know that feeling when you grab your phone and you just scroll. What you're looking for over there, even you don't have any idea. And I noticed that I came back to it again, and I hate it. And I'm trying to control myself, but I noticed that it's so easy to just take it and look for exactly what we are looking for over there. I have no idea. And I know that it helped me to schedule only 2 hours a day. I didn't spend an hour over there. I just had 2 windows, 9 a.m., 5 p.m. that I could go and scroll for whatever I want, for whatever. Number 4, going to bed between 10 and 11 p.m. I decided that this time it will be 9 to 10. My goal is to go to bed at 9:30. We will see how it goes. 11, it's too late for me right now. I've been going to bed at 11:30 recently, and I hate it. I just see how my body recovers when I go before 10 p.m. It's a different recovery. Try it. I wanted to say something clever, but nothing came up. And number 5, I watch something, and I mean Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, whatever streaming thing you have, for not more than 2 hours a day. I might even go lower than that, maybe 2 hours, it's too much, or I will do it only Monday through Friday, and weekends I will not watch anything. As I said, we are cutting off distractions. That's a lot of information coming to your brain in 2 hours. You don't need that. You don't need half of it. Number 6, I did 10-minute visualization every day about my future. So it was kind of daydreaming. I sat down and closed my eyes and was visualizing the partner I want to be with, the place I want to live, the money I want to make. It was this pleasant place that I put myself in, and I haven't done it in a while, and I want to come back to it. It just puts you in this nice mood. And number 7, I mentioned it. We are focusing on today, so pay attention to it today. I always say that tomorrow is just a concept. It's a fantasy. Tomorrow doesn't exist. I know we have goals. I have goals too. And I just mentioned this visualization about the future, but the most real, it's today. So how can you nourish yourself and others today? What is amazing happening today? Don't dwell on the past. Don't think constantly what will happen in a week, in a month, tomorrow. It doesn't matter. Focus on making today special. Number 8, I don't know if you've read this book, highly recommend. I read it a few times and I'm reading this again this month. Think and Grow Rich. And there are 2 things that I did with this book. The first one is the money statement. In the second chapter, the author asks you to set up a money statement for you, how much you want to make and what you're planning on, how you're planning on achieving that. What do you do in return to get this money? So I read the statement in the morning and in the evening. And the second thing from this book is chapter number 4. I was reading this aloud every evening. This is what he asked you to do also. I didn't like it at times, but I forced myself to sit down and read it again. It's about auto-suggestion and about how you are in control of your subconscious mind. It's very interesting, so I recommend it. And number 9, I took a cold shower in the morning and then I had a glass of water. I'm still doing cold showers. I haven't stopped doing this, and no, I still don't like it. I really don't like it. And then a glass of water. Why a glass of water? Because I have this tendency to drink coffee in the morning. Maybe not the last week because I cut it a bit, but I always forgot to have a glass of water. It's not a great idea to have coffee on empty stomach, so I had to put it on the list to force myself to have a glass of water, to not dry my mouth, I guess. And number 10, you have to do at least one joyful thing a day. So that was a challenge in the pandemic, that it was difficult to find anything joyful. So I really had to force myself to do something joyful every day, being locked in my apartment. So every day around 6-7 p.m. I ask myself, did you do something joyful? And if I didn't, I did. I had to do it. So it was either, I don't know, dancing, singing, eating ice cream, taking a hot shower, and then, I don't know, do self-massage, watching my favorite Seinfeld or something like that. Anything that would make me happy and put a smile on my face for at least half an hour. Number 11, I talked about it in my recent video. You have to start catching your subconscious thoughts. I was talking about this initial thought. Whatever comes to your mind first, that's your subconscious speaking. So pay attention to what happens with you when someone mentions money, relationships, love, career, family. Just pay attention what thoughts come to you and write it down for yourself to see where are your limiting beliefs and what did you believe about yourself. That was 11. Number 12, don't work too much. So I am always in this mode that I have to be productive. And it's been always like that since I remember. I've been always like that. And I had to teach myself how to be productive all the time. And you know, just because you think you're productive doesn't mean that you're productive. Being productive is overrated. Not doing anything is as important as constantly doing something. So I had to unlearn my patterns. So I was waking up and I didn't put any plan. I didn't set the timer or anything, or alarm clock. This is what I want to say, alarm clock. I just tried to live with the flow. And now I'm also trying to learn this balance between letting go and being productive. So pay attention to that. Number 13, journal every day or every other day. I journal every other day. I've been doing this since I was 13 years old. It's a great therapy. Just vomit your thoughts and see what's really happening in your head. That I love journaling, but I also didn't do it recently. I don't know why. Number 14, 20-minute movement. Move your body for at least 20 minutes every day. Your body affects your mind affects your body. You have to learn that your body needs your attention too. I'm not talking only about dieting. I'm talking about the movement. Motion creates emotion, as Tony Robbins says. So pay attention to your body. 15, keep your mind open. I put it as be open to new opportunities. So just keep your mind open. Don't put yourself in the box. Open your eyes. Look around. What you're not seeing. What is more out there for you? What can you do more? Who can you be more? Just be open-minded. 16, this is what I did every morning. Whatever you believe in, if you believe in God, universe, spirits, angels, whatever that is. What I did, I was standing by the window every morning and I was thanking the universe for being there for me. I came up with 7 things I'm thankful for, like for guiding me, for loving me, for being there for me, for taking care of me, for standing by my side. And I repeated 3 times. It was like a mantra that I repeated every morning. Number 17, the last one, I mentioned it many times in my post. Write down the list of your achievements. What did you accomplish the thing is that we accomplish way more than we want to admit. I want you to see your list of achievements and look at it every morning. When you drink your morning coffee or tea, just look at it, read it. Remind yourself how powerful you are. There are things in your life that you used to think were impossible for you to achieve, and yet you achieved it. Remind yourself about it. Start your day this way, so you know that the power is in your hands. And this whole experiment is about that you have a power of creation, that you can create whatever you want to. You just have to put your mind in it. But you can't put your mind in it if it's scattered, if you're all over the place. So first you have to narrow it down, you have to get laser focus, and then you will connect. You will connect your mind and your body, and you will be this one force, one unstoppable force. So I will start it again on May 1st. I was getting ready to do it the last 3 months. I wasn't able to do it. I wasn't ready. And now I am ready. So I put my mind into it that I would have to restrict myself again. It's not pleasant, sometimes it's not. And if you want to join me, I'll be doing this on YouTube, and we will see where it goes. I have no expectations. I don't know what to expect from this experiment this time, but I know that something amazing will happen, because the last time it did. So if you have any questions, please, you know that you can always message me, email me, havethecouragetobeYou@gmail.com, and I'm excited about it, and I hope that you would join me. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.